I want to be the voice to be able to say, you can come here and you don't have to worry. All you have to do is take care of those babies and make sure you have a good head on your shoulders so that you can continue to go forward. Life hasn't always been too easy for me. It really started getting tough when I got pregnant. You know, I have a baby on this hip, a bag on this hip, and then a bag on the back, you know, with all the stuff that I can carry, and we're just walking the street. It felt like no one cared. It felt like I was all alone in this.
Gotta do this side.
Wow! That's cool, isn't it?
Providence House is a shelter for families with children.
Single men or single women with children and or a family unit.
Unequivocally, the mission of Providence House is to move homeless families into long-term, stable housing where families can care for their children and never return to homelessness. That's really what we do.
We're gonna pull this. Pull this over there. Good job.
This place is a place for families that need help and need a help to get their feet on the ground again.
We honestly want to help families get to self-sufficiency and move to their highest level of self-sufficiency.
It's the only nonprofit that helps families stay together.
When they walk in, they know that they are loved. They know that they are safe. They know that they can be calm. So that is impact that you cannot begin to quantify.
I was on the street for two to 3 years. It started whenever my son was like 6 months old. And ever since then, we were just hopping. We were doing a lot to try to survive.
No child asks to be homeless. I think everyone should have a chance. You know, people don't want to be homeless. Some people, it just happens to them. Some people bring it up on themselves. But I think if we all come together, we can meet this mission.
Homelessness is not normalcy. It is not normalcy. It is the most traumatic thing that a person can ever go through because if you are trauma like homelessness and domestic violence changes your mind and changes your perception like nothing that I've ever seen before.
The main event that flipped everything was me getting pregnant. I realized after I got pregnant that I had to stop doing all the things that I was doing, you know. So I stopped doing all the drugs. I stopped making all the bad decisions. And once my mind started getting out of that cloudy place, it's like my eyes were opened and I started seeing everything for what it was. And I started seeing that we're not living in a good place. I started seeing that I was not being the mom that my baby needed. And if I'm not being the mom that my baby needs, then I'm not gonna be the mom that this baby needs either. So once I sobered up and started doing things differently, I opened my eyes, and that's when I was like, I have to do something.
I think our approach is different than every other program. We are not at all interested in providing just food, clothing, and shelter. And that's what people think homelessness is. So if a person's homeless, you give them food, clothing, and shelter, and bam, you've solved it. But that's really not the reality. If you are homeless and I give you a home, but I don't teach you how to sustain, I don't teach you how to budget, I don't teach you how to parent, I don't teach you how to create a familial environment, then I've given you a home and 9 times out of 10, you'll be homeless again. And so we have to teach the tools. We have to give the education. We have to give the parenting classes. We have to teach families who've been homeless for long periods of time. A home is just not the space. It is how you live in that space and how you maintain that space. And that is what's different from all others.
The greatest need when I see the residents come here, their greatest need is education and I would say discipline. Because a lot of residents come in, they have no leadership. You know, they have no discipline, so they think they can just come do what they want. But we have rules for you to follow, and those rules are in place for a reason. And that's to help you to get where you need to be.
We hold them accountable. You know, we don't just let people stay here and they don't have to do anything. They have to maintain a job. They have to, you know, get educated. They have to be in a certain amount of time. We're teaching them discipline, teaching them structure. And after they complete this program, after they graduate from the Providence House, the goal is that they never have to need the Providence House in the future.
And education is the key, whether you've been homeless or not, education is the key to success.
The Workforce Development Program is another partnership that we have formed with Bossier Parish Community College. And the Workforce Development Program is where we offer courses here at Providence House, such as industrial readiness training, CPR and first aid. We also have a Serve Safe class and a customer service class.
It's a cliche, give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man a fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. Underlying our mission statement, I believe that's sort of our guiding principle, where we want to help you, but you're going to have to help yourself because we're not going to always be there. We want to empower you. We want to give you a shot. And I think that's what separates Providence House from other nonprofit organizations in this area.
Yes, the program definitely makes a difference in the lives of our families because it gives them everything that they need, all of those necessities. Then we also come in and we provide child care. We provide workforce development. We provide education to our adults. And then we'll turn around and help you with housing, help connect you to employers. So it definitely works.
Having Finn here with me at the Providence House is so important to me because he's in daycare now. He's around people who do care, you know. We're both around people who care. We're around people who want to give us a better life, who want to help us make something of ourselves. And I feel like that's so important, not just because they're like, okay, well, we're gonna help you get a job and we're gonna shelter you and we're gonna feed you. It's not just about that. It's about, you know, they're here to help, you know, not just in the physical sense. They're here to help you mentally.
That's important. That's my purpose. That's all of our purposes, I think, to use our skills, our talent to help people in need, help people where we can.
What I think has changed in me is I'm a totally different person. Like I said, it's one thing to sit there and make excuses for yourself and be like, well, this is just who I am, you know? And then it's another thing to sit there and own up to it and change it. And I feel like Providence House has given me a chance to change the person that I am and completely, I'm talking about, I was so unhappy when I got here and now I'm all smiles.
When they walk here, they are surrounded by a family that will undergird and support and reaffirm their value, reaffirm their worth. That is not easy. It does not take a minute to do that. It takes some time to do that. And to see a family go from head hung low to I can look at you now and I have purpose, that is the impact we make.
Finn has changed so much. I mean, not only me, but I can tell, I'm gonna get a little emotional. The look in his eyes, that we're in a good spot right now, says so much to me. Since being here, I can tell he's so happy. And even my parents, they're like, he's so happy, he's such a good kid. Seeing my baby smile. It's always been a very important thing for me to see my baby smile ever since he was born. But now I know it's because I'm doing something right. and it makes me feel absolutely 100% satisfied and absolutely happy.